So you said you from Jackson Heights. So what was the next neighborhood that was neighboring to Jackson Heights?
The next neighborhood that was neighboring to Jackson Height was Bama Height. And one time I got into a dispute with a dude. And I asked him, I say, where you from? And he said, I'm from College Hill. I say, no, that's the project that you from. Where are you from? Oh, I'm from College Hill. I said, you from Bama Height? No, I ain't from Bama Height. College Hill sits inside of Bama Heights. So to answer your question, Bama Height and Jackson Height is neighboring neighborhoods, and the projects College Hill sit inside of Bama Height.
What about Ponce Leon? What neighborhood that would be considered?
Ponce Leon sit in between Ybor City and Bama Height. The back end of Ponce Leon, some of they zip code 33605. But if you live in the front towards College Hill, because if you ain't from Tampa and you going up 22nd, definitely back in the days, because the building colors was almost they was just bright colors, so they was almost similar. But if you coming down 22nd, going up MLK, and you riding through College Hill, back in the days, if you went from Tampa, you wouldn't even know that you was entering a whole nother project, which was Ponce Leon, which was right next to College Hill. Because the only thing that really separated College Hill and Ponce Leon was the Lee Davis Clinic. And way back in the days, the Lee Davis Clinic wasn't even there. If you go back, I'm talking about in the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, it used to be like a police precinct or some type of other little health thing over there back in the days.
And College Hill and Ponce Leon, College Hill and Jackson Heights did not get along back then. It was like real bad back then. Meaning that College Hill was so close to my neighborhood till I used to have to walk to school in their projects. And them niggas who used to punish our ass. Them niggas used to torture us. Them niggas used to run us home from school and everything. You gotta think, Young Junior High sit on MLK right on the backside of these projects. Meaning you can throw a rock and hit the goddamn building of the project. So we live so close to them, ain't no bus gonna take us from Jackson Heights to College Hill, so we used to have to walk there. So on summer vacations and last day of school and all that type shit, you had old ass niggas that had them dropped out of school 5 or 6 years before that was helping the 11, 12-year-olds jump on us. You know what I'm saying? So it was real bad, man. You know, they catch us at the skating range. You got to think, the skating range is right up the street from their project. Right there on 22nd, and their project is on 22nd. And they used to catch us down bad like that sometimes.
What the name of the skating ring was back in the day?
Stardust skating ring, man. That was like the spot right there, man. That was like the teenage spot right there for all the happenings, man. Everything that was going on back then.
Yeah. So you get caught out of the pocket that Stardust back in the days, you may have problems.
Man, ain't no question, man. Ain't no question. There's some dudes right now from College Hill, man. Right now I look at sideways, but I done let it go, man. You know what I'm saying? We old heads now, man. It's all love, man. Shout out to College Hill, man. Ant, Dunk, Bobby Lattimore, Sunshine, Lil Eddie, Trap Jaw, all y'all boys, man. If I miss something, man, I know it's 1,000 of y'all over there. What's up, man?
Hey, so you were talking about College Hill and Ponce Leon, right? What made them two projects different?
It's crazy because I went to Young and Adams with College Hill and Ponce Leon. And out of all them years that I was having beef with College Hill, even though Ponce Leon is right there, I never had a problem with nobody. Not one problem with nobody out of College Hill.
College Hill, Ponce Leon.
I mean Ponce. My bad. I never had a problem with nobody out of Ponce Leon. My bad. Yeah.
Did they have different personas about themselves, even though they right there? Because they were kind of different, you know. Dude from Ponce Leon.
Dudes in Ponce Leon was more on money. I ain't gonna lie. You got some heavy hitters out of College Hill. But College Hill was most known for fighting and just being like some grimy ass niggas. Them niggas was getting money now. But them niggas in Ponce Leon, them niggas was running up a bag over there. Them niggas back in the late 70s and 80s and 90s and shit like that, them niggas had that psych over there, man. Them niggas wasn't playing. You know, because you had a lot of niggas over there that was getting money. It wasn't just no 1 or 2 niggas that was getting money. You had, man, there was so many young niggas over there getting it, man.
Kind of take me back a little bit. I mean, tell me about the atmosphere. Even though you won from Ponce Leon, explain to me what the atmosphere was back in the days.
Even though it's almost like Tampa had gangs, but we didn't. You know what I'm saying? That's like with every neighborhood. Y'all be beefing with the neighborhood. And that's exactly what that was, you know what I'm saying? It's like I said, I don't know if it's like that in every city, but project niggas almost in every city is known as like the toughest niggas. That's not always the case. I'm not saying that. That's just the persona that they have on them, that they the toughest niggas in the world, and they gonna try to tote it like they the toughest. Listen, man, I can even go this far. You can live in the projects, right? You go to any city in the projects, and every project have a surrounding neighborhood, because the projects 9 times out of 10 sits in that neighborhood. Them goddamn niggas out them projects back then was so arrogant. I don't even care if you live directly across the street from the projects. Meaning I can walk out of my front door and walk 20 feet across this street right here, and I'm knocking on your front door. They still don't look at you as one of them. They still don't look at you as a project nigga. You still a house nigga over there, and you soft because you live in a house. And that's just was the mentality back then.
Name me some more. What about Tampa Park? What made Tampa Park and Central Park different?
Okay. And this is what people got to realize about my city, is that when you go to most cities, niggas on one side, maybe 2 sides. In Tampa, it ain't like that. If you go to West Tampa, you go to East Tampa, you go to South Tampa, you go to North Tampa, it's niggas and hoods flooded all over that bitch. And I ain't talking about no little bit of niggas either. I'm talking about you go out there to Port Tampa, they got their whole goddamn community out there. You know what I'm saying? You go out there to Cross Fletcher, you know what I'm saying, North Tampa. It's a whole gang of niggas and Spanish people out there. You know what I'm saying? Quite naturally, West Tampa, you go to West Tampa, it's motherfucking flooded and shit like that. Or you go to East Tampa. So yeah, man, it was definitely, as far as Central Park and Tampa Park goes, Central Park was a project, of course, and Tampa Park was more something what they'll call projects now. Like, that be killing me when I see these young niggas and I be seeing pictures and they talking about that this is their project. Nah, bro, that's an apartment complex that you niggas done trapped out. Y'all done wore the grass out through the little trails. Y'all might play tunk on the green tank out there late night or something like that. Them is not projects. That's not hood. That is not housing authority. I'm talking about real projects. But Tampa Park, Central Park was a project. Tampa Park was like, you might well say like an apartment complex, but they was getting money over there. They was doing almost the same thing the project was doing. They just didn't have one, that many niggas that the project had, and 2, they wasn't as rough as the project was. But it was the same atmosphere because they because they right across the street from each other. As far as Tampa Park and Central Park.
Did you do any business over there in Central Park and Tampa Park?
Yeah, I did business in both, to tell the truth. It's like whenever we didn't have no dope, this here what we call the trail. Whenever we didn't have no dope over in East Tampa, Jackson Heights, you know, because, you know, you might end up running out. That's just how it was back then. First thing you do when you run out, you get in the car and you start going to these different places. You go to the Ponce Leons, the West Tampas, and all that. But this here was the trail, and what I mean by the trail is this is the route we're gonna take whenever we getting in that car looking for dope. First spot we gonna go coming from Jackson Heights is 29. If ain't no dope on 29, we gonna ride through College Hill. If ain't no dope in College Hill, we gonna ride straight to Ponce Leon. If ain't no dope in Ponce Leon, we gonna go to Central Park. And if it ain't no dope in Central Park, we gonna go to Tampa Heights over there on Jefferson and Ross. And if it ain't no dope on Jefferson and Ross, we gonna go to West Tampa, either in the projects or up top is what they call Main Street. And people don't know that it's 2 West Tampas. You got niggas out the projects, and then you got Main Street. But it's all the West, and you know they gonna always come together. But it's still 2 separate. You know, is still 2 separate areas.
Right. You ever did any business back on Chestnut and Union back in the days?
Yes.
You know, that was a dangerous spot back in the days.
See, I always had a pass in a lot of places that a lot of my homies didn't have, as far as passes all over Tampa. And what I mean by a pass is I'm a jail nigga. You know what I'm saying? I've been going to juvenile homes and programs and prisons and shit all my life. So a lot of the relationships that I have built was in jails and prison. Therefore, when I get out of prison, you got to think, I probably done been up the road with this nigga for 2-3 years at a time, and we back to back fighting niggas out of Jacksonville and Miami and Orlando and everywhere else. So the beef that we had on the street, that shit is over with now. Now, when I get out on the streets and see these niggas, now it's like something like a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? I used to be with some of my partners. They be like, damn, my nigga, you over here hanging out. You know these niggas. So goddamn, I'm liable to pull up in West Tampa and it's 20 niggas and I jump in the dice game. And only because, not because I think I'm tough, only because I might know 3-4 niggas out here that I done did time with. And it goes the other way. If they come to Jackson Heights, they know they don't have to worry about no danger and nothing like that because these niggas I was up the road with. So it's almost like one hand is washing the other.
What about Riverview Terrace? What you know about Riverview Terrace?
Riverview Terrace in the history of Tampa was the smallest projects and not the so toughest project. No shot at Riverview Terrace, I'm just keeping it real. They had a few niggas over there that was getting money. You know, every project gonna always have steppers. They gonna have niggas getting money. They gonna have niggas putting in work. But Riverview Terrace, out of all the projects that was in Tampa, you know, they was more laid back. You know, I ain't gonna throw no dirt on them. You know, make it seem like they was no suckers or nothing. They just wasn't rowdy like the other projects. They definitely had a lot of money over there. You know what I'm saying? But they just weren't rowdy, and they are the smallest project.
What's some of the spots y'all to hang out at?
Where at?
In Tampa.
Back then, it was more the Manila, Studio 7, the Zoo. The Zoo was the lounge. That was down there in Central Park. And it's like now, you got the violence in the clubs. They shooting at the club. These young niggas losing their goddamn mind. We had that too, but it just wasn't as senseless. You know, it was more of like a gang fight or something like that. Or you catch a nigga in the dark corner and then that nigga from the other side and you bust his ass in the club or something like that. But as far as the shit that's going on now, it wasn't like that. No, it wasn't like that.
All right.